consider.
Wow.
Okay. All right then.
In the side chat, I have your music for today. Let me know if anything's playing that should not be.
So excited. I'm so excited. I love hearing my music and the sound of 40 fucking dice being rolled.
Yeah, it's great.
It's ambiance.
We're gonna scroll up to try to find something. We'll be like, 8 billion messages to get through.
I like how in none of those rolls nobody got a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's
Bodes
good
well.
because that means we've stored it. It's in our back pockets.
Yeah.
We're ready.
I apologize if you hear my brother. By the way, my parents are out. My brother remembers that he needs to fend for himself.
No, it's funny. Don't worry about it.
Come on. I know how to get the 20. Watch this.
Alright, I'm gonna start playing the
Oh,
music.
fuck off. God damn it.
This is
I'm
it.
putting that one.
Funny.
I'm clipping that one. Hang on.
Yeah, that deserves a clip.
Let's get a 20, baby. 20. 16's good enough.
This is so
So hang on, Bubble, quote it back to me. I know how to get a 20. Watch
20.
this.
Watch this. Yeah, rolls a 1.
Okay, there you go. It's in the Unchained.
Charlie.
It's funny as shit.
Oh, look at that one. That was really funny.
Oh, that was perfect comedic timing, actually.
What about acrobatics? Acrobatics has never failed me. What did I say?
There we are. We've got us a stream paying.
Yippee!
Yeah. I could put you in a mansion
I could put you in a
way out in Wisconsin. I can't believe you got away with that.
Alrighty. I think we're going. Is the music
ready,
good? Are you? Is it fine? Is it fine?
Yeah, is it meant to be playing
Handle improv. Yes.
Handle improv? Okay.
Is it supposed to be playing Skinner?
What?
I'm not
Skinner
hearing
right now.
anything.
Yeah,
I'm
Shasta.
Hey.
unable to
Wait, you're not
listen.
hearing
I'm
anything?
sure the music is musicking.
No. Let me click the link again and see if agree.
Really quickly, Dust. Can you
Yeah.
indulge me and just hit the cat meow?
It's gonna take a sec, but yeah.
It's not a 20, you bitch.
It's such a good
Oh.
meow.
Let's
Thank you.
fucking go.
Oh.
He's always on.
All right.
There is Bard.
So
we
in
have Bard and
chat-
Zach. Bard and Zach are here.
Yes.
Hey.
Hello, Zach. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Bard. Hi,
Hey,
Bard.
chat.
Hi, Zach.
Hi,
Shut up.
hello. I'm so
Shut
happy
up.
to see you.
Let's lock in for D&D. Come on, God.
Hey, Shasta.
Hey,
Shasta, I need you to be kind, okay?
Cool it.
All right. Wrap
Oh, my
it up.
Wi-Fi shit itself. Oh no, chat.
Oh no, why are
It's
you
okay.
guys wrong and in the wrong bad place? Do I have to redo your cameras? Okay, well,
Oh no.
Oh,
today
no.
we're just getting the main screen. We're just gonna do the main screen today. Welcome. Here we are. Somebody give me a recap, please.
Okay, if no one does it, I'll do it.
I can do
Change
it.
you guys' cameras a
Fix
little bit during the
pipes.
recap.
Go
I did it last
upstairs.
time. It was Ellie last time, right?
Yeah, Ellie last time.
Our party
Okay.
returns. Our party arrives at the bottom of the cavern. Our party.
Our party fought.
Hang on. I'm pulling up the VOD right now. I don't fucking know, dude.
Or do we just want to let Bubble go for it?
Oh yeah, go for it, Bubble.
I can pop up with it.
Bubble.
Pop off.
It's in my nature as a
Pop
bubble.
off like a bubble.
Yeah, exactly. It's been my nature. Last session we had a lovely little combative time with an aspect of sorrow. And we won. That's the TLDR. A little more information there is she was a bit unhappy to see us. and there was makings of a ritual around the room with the Bailey Lothran. So we somehow got all of the pieces to the ritual intact, and got it so that when the Banshee, i.e. Aspect of Sorrow, did her little wail, we didn't die, which is very good because we were scared about that. Well,
Oh yeah.
some of us were more scared than others about that.
I
won't
will
name-
admit. I will admit I was shitting myself.
Some of us were terrified of that. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not one to name names. Anyway, so we fight. That took a solid 2.5 hours. Because as you know, it takes a minute, it wasn't even a minute fight, like 30-second fight takes about 2.5 hours in time. That's the law of D&D. And so after we finished and weren't and like made it so that we're not going to die, then we spoke with her, and who got the cool gauntlets? Someone got the cool gauntlets.
I did.
Kovak got the cool gauntlets of, I believe, St. Lucinia. And then we head back upstairs and we go and see Frayed, and we're like, hey, guess what we got for you? It's like a cool little piece of like gilded blackstone. And he was like, okay, cool. Here you go. And now I don't know this 100%. I believe it's Dust's trident. I don't know. I may be wrong there. But we got a cool trident.
We got Shake's dinner fork.
We did.
We did.
We got a dinner fork.
The dinner fork.
I want to say we got something else, but I can't remember what else was in the bag with it. We and then we wandered over to the Priest of Kaizen's room, and it's like dripping, and we'd go in and we'd knock on the door and we're like, hey, we're here. And she's like, I can't think about that because somebody fixed the pipes. Cut, and now we are here again.
Yippee! That is wonderful. I will happily give you an inspiration.
Also, hello
Yippee.
Horde_mama in chat.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah,
biggest
I don't know.
fan.
I don't know. I feel like they're actually quite a nuisance. I don't know. I don't know if I want them in the stream.
What the hell?
Actually,
What the hell?
Mods, can you ban
Wow.
Mods, can you ban?
Mods
Can you
gets
ban them? Can you ban them for me?
No.
Wow. Where is your whimsy? Where is your whimsy? I do not see whimsy. This is atrocious.
Dust hates whimsy, everyone.
So
Hashtag
Wow.
Dust hates whimsy.
I have
That's
discovered
trending.
that in my time I've managed to actually get better at resizing the pictures. So through that recap, I managed to finish almost all of it, and I haven't finished all of it, but I've come too far to give up now.
You're doing great.
So I'm gonna very quickly finish this up. 200, 300, yeah, that's about right. 100? What?
Yeah, for the record, I don't think there was anything else in the bag other than Shank's
No.
dinner fork.
No, there
Yeah.
was not. The other things that were in the bag he had given to you before you went in. It was a
Yeah.
hammer and chisel.
Right.
We did get a bunch of gold from this, though.
Oh,
You
we got a
did.
lot of
Each of
gold.
you got
Oh,
250 gold from
Wow.
shrines to a
I'm
statue.
hanging on to Mop's coat because Mop's like, I
There we
want
go.
this money.
There we go. And we will start with you guys coming. Stop being transphobic. Sorry. With you guys coming right
Forgot I wrote
into
that.
the Grand Cathedral. I believe where we ended, the Priest of Kaisen had just yelled about the pipes being fixed and that her papers were getting wet, and then Mop had run over to grab some of said papers. I will go ahead and, after spending all that time resizing those cameras, go back to the screen that's already fixed. And so, yeah, we'll pick up right there with Mop, you running over and picking up a bunch of soggy papers and books off the floor, while the Priest of Kaisen is holding a ton of them in her arms and just, like, throwing them onto her desk, and trying to, and is, like, looking at the walls, trying to fix the pipes.
Well, very glad I could help. Mom is still picking up pieces of paper, putting them neatly on the desk.
Cass is gonna run over and help to lift the papers as well.
Kovak is not going to.
Do you have the map? Do you have the map,
Well, first
Justin?
Oh, that's a really good point. Yeah, I should probably open that.
Yeah, that would help, I think.
Yeah, that's probably a little bit important. Yep, I'm running over and I'm putting them back, and I'm running over and I'm putting them back.
She's doing the same thing, running to and fro. Are you doing the same thing, Cassian, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, they're just like lifting as much as they can before they like, bring it over.
She's like, okay, thank you, good. And she's taking them, she's putting them on, and eventually, like, after a couple of minutes of just this, she manages to get it all there, and she begins to just, like, walk up to the wall and, like, place what looks like her entire body against it, as she's, like, putting her ear to the wall, like, looking for something. And as she does that, she's sort of looking back at you a little bit, and she's like, I'm very sorry, I am in the middle bit of trouble. I don't know what happened. Somebody must have fixed the pipes, or maybe there was a blockage that came loose, and they weren't necessarily ready for that, and now my office is flooded. So,
Oh,
sorry,
Oh.
you probably have something important to talk about, but I need to make sure I get this taken care of.
No, you're grand. Do you need us to like help with anything?
I don't know if there's much you can help with unless you have a floor plan of the Grand Cathedral.
Cass is just gonna like look over to like Kovak and the rest of the group, and they're just like, and they mouth, "Do we?"
The shrug that Kovak gives is violent.
Mop looks back
Kovak
at
does
the
not like
party.
water.
Mop looks at the party.
Kraggletooth is jumping kind of around Kovak in a way that could be definitely splashing him, but in a way that could be construed as an accident.
Kovak is just pretending to not give too much of a shit.
She goes closer
Oh.
and goes around between Amaya, getting both of them in one splash.
I think our first,
Amaya could not look any more upset right now.
our first course of action.
She actually does not really give a shit.
It ought to be, getting everything out of here that, minimize damage to all of these documents.
That's
so-
true.
Does anybody know? Can anybody prestidigitate any of these?
Sorry, what was
I
that?
can.
I mean, if you'd like, you can. It would definitely ease the process, but I can also help a little bit with that.
Okay.
I can prestidigitate.
I mean, probably once we get everything out of the water everywhere. Could anybody actually like mend the pipes back there?
Oh,
Mm.
no, I can take care of that if you want to do the cleaning of the papers and whatnot.
Wonderful.
And you see she walks over here behind the desk and sort of closes her eyes and raises both of her hands, and you see the water in the room begin to like ripple and wave slowly towards her, until it just kind of builds up into these streams that flow back into the wall. And then you see she holds both of her hands out in different places and like holds them into fist, like crunching down, and you hear the sound of metal like bending and warping. And then the flow of water stops. And the room is mostly dry.
Kraggletooth, sad.
I just needed help to save those papers. Those are rather important to me. I have done a lot of work here, and I'd rather it not get erased now.
Do you think that they'll be okay?
They should be. With your help and mine, I can try and sap the moisture from them. It would just be a bit tedious.
I should probably see if there's like a broom closet somewhere that has a water broom. And we're gonna run
Okay.
over.
Also, like, just looking at this room, the water was mainly coming from over here, right? Like pipes bursting in the walls. There is just like a plate of food that's on the ground that seems to be half eaten, a pile of trash on the ground that's just been messed with. It just looks like spare wood. It smells kind of like Home Depot in here, the lumber aisle.
This
As
is
well as like
this
a
is-
furnace.
This is like my room right now, just without all the water. Like it looks like a bomb's gone off. You know?
Yeah. Mop, you look around for a little bit. After going around, you find a little broom closet all the way over here. You can find a water broom and grab it and come
A
back.
water broom.
Water broom.
I have found an absorbent water broom.
It's a Swiffer.
It's. See, I don't want to say the M word because that's my name.
Oh,
I
I
see.
see.
It's a joke. I have to explain the joke. It's not funny.
Anyway. Anyway, and then Kovok stops being the epitome of the man standing emoji and decides to approach. We would send here to speak with you, actually.
That's right. Been waiting for people. I suppose I lost track of time. She sort of pulls back her seat and sits down. I imagine you are members of the Chained Legion, then?
Kovok nods.
Aye.
You see her demeanor change immediately. From being like, oh, thank you for helping me, to more like, okay, I'm fucking talking to these people now.
Like a kind of like a, oh, these guys?
Not less of that and more of like a, okay, time to do this shit again. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say I will lock that away if it is what I thought it was, because I'm gonna remember that.
Kovok will remember this.
any
Okay.
like any like tinge of a smile that had been on her face before is just gone, pretty much.
Lovely.
And you like see like the bags under her eyes more clearly. She's like frowning a bit, but she's just sitting there, her hands folded on the desk, and says, yes, well, I had asked for some assistance because it had come to my attention that many of the people of Niceet were getting ill, and I had a feeling I knew what was causing it, but it seems that somebody has stopped it, so you came here for nothing, unfortunately.
Oh, no, we did do that.
That's alright. That's
What?
fine.
We kind of went ahead and did that.
You just
It was
fixed it?
it was the something about gauntlets, right?
No, we got confused.
She-
We got confused. We thought that the one across the way was the person we wanted to speak to. So,
When
Hmm.
you say that, Cassian,
God damn it.
she
Uh-oh.
kind of like widens her eyes a bit and says, you found gauntlets here? You found gauntlets in the cathedral."
They're pretty
I mean, there
old.
was lots of
Yeah,
like
there was like a whole
honor
ghost and
sets.
everything.
Okay, roll deception. Roll
Which one
deception.
of us is which one
I
of
was
us?
immediately
is
about to
deception?
try and bullshit my way out. of that, and then-
I'll treat it as a group deception. All of you roll deception, I'll divide it by 3. That's perception, not deception.
Holy fucking natural 20.
I knew
Yeah,
that
wow.
was deception. I knew
Wait,
that.
Let's
hold
see.
on.
No, I'll use the 8. It's 18. It would have been 18 plus 2. Which would
Yeah,
be
so that's 20, 40, 68, and then 76.
what? No.
So it's 76 if we
it's,
add it minus.
it's 40, 68. Oh yeah, 70. No, 75. Be 75.
Oh, okay.
And 75 divided by 3 is 25.
25.
I don't know why that took me so long. So she's gonna roll insight. She's got to beat a 23, which, I mean, she has pretty good insight, but I don't know if she'll beat a 23. She does not. She kind of, when you guys start to like backtrack a little bit and clarify, she just kind of deflates a little bit and says, right, of course, this is the Grand Cathedral, of course. Why would it just be one set? No. That makes sense. So how did you manage to fix it then? What happened?
The Bailey Lawthorn.
What?
Well,
Bailey
so there was
Lawthorn.
this big room, and there were like these bowls, and we kind of like there were like what were they? They were like ghost things, or
God,
like
Gold
hunter, and then there was like I put some moth in a bowl for the provider. I think they liked my moth. As she says this, she pulls out some more moss from her pockets and starts snacking on it because moss is a great snack.
It was
She
just
gave us a rise at
it was a matter of a ritual. We did it in this little chamber that I think was the irrigation system?
The Thuers?
It's somewhere. I'm not too sure, but yes, we've kind of already just done that.
All right. Well, I suppose that's fine then. And you didn't find anything while you were down there doing that? It was just a blockage or a ritual of some kind?
Other than
Divine
dead people,
retribution?
no.
Hey, I found some really good moth.
Dead people
Oh.
and really good moss. So it was like a really rusted
Alright.
sword. It was bloody, so of course it was like really really shit. But yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing pretty much.
Well, all right then.
The priest of Kaizen looks around. The floor spotless.
She looks around. She sees the floor. She sees all of her papers dry on her desk. She sighs and says, "Well, at least you came here now rather than later. Or earlier, I mean. Otherwise, this might not have been as taken care of.
What do you mean by that?
My papers."
Right. Novak is very tired looking. Very tired looking. And he's sort of having to lean against, like, sort of brace himself. Against his glaive, but
As
looks like he wants to
watching like a hawk.
be. He just wants to be dismissed. He doesn't want to fucking be here. So obvious.
Amaya, can you roll a history check for me?
Babaya, roll a mystery back.
Oh,
A
No.
5. You feel like
What?
you've seen this person before, but you can't pin where.
Oh. 5!
5.
Fine.
You've
Lack of
definitely
five.
like seen this person. Her name is on the tip of her tongue, but she hasn't said it yet, so none of you know it, even if you can see it. Don't shush.
If you see it, no, you don't.
But yeah, she kind of pauses for a moment and says, "Well, I will be in touch with Josiah then. He'll let you know what to do next. Good job, I suppose. I don't.
you're welcome.
Yes. I'll be
Yes.
here
Margot
then.
like kind of like narrows her eyes at the fact that she didn't say thank you, but you know.
I suppose I don't have anything else left for you. If you'd like to go, I imagine Josiah's waiting for you. I would go take care of that. And like throughout like her little conversation, she's like actively pulling out papers and is starting to write again. And she seems to be like making something, like designing something on like a little schematic. But she's like actively working while talking to you.
I try to perceive what she's working on from a distance.
Go for
Can
it.
I
Roll
also try
perception.
to perceive?
Roll perception.
Hey, not bad.
I perceive.
Not bad at all. Cassian, you can see exactly what's right here. As well as you, Kovac, you're able to like see exactly what's right here. It appears to be like a cannon of some kind. She is designing like some kind of weapon of war. But like all of you know this, it looks incredibly detailed. Like whoever this person is, like you've only met her and seen that she's been bumbling around trying to clean up her room and she's kind of a mess, but like she is like within seconds making a blueprint for a weapon of destruction. She is very good at this specific thing. Craggletooth, you see that, but you also see around the floor various other things of similar variety, with a few other papers just strewn about that didn't happen to get wet, or perhaps something within the bookshelves. You see like walls made of water and ice and chain balls and weapons and all this other stuff. It's just blueprints of weapons of war. But with an 18, I think you do, while you were helping like dry the things off with prestidigitation, you actually did find a blueprint for a boat. It seemed to be very, very old. But you just happened, your eye caught a glance of a blueprint for a very wonderful, very put together ship. Probably some kind of fishing vessel.
Okay.
Fish.
Fish.
Fish. I'm so
Um,
sorry.
But as you guys are kind of standing here for a moment, she kind of just starts writing and drawing and forgets that you're there. And then looks up and says, "Oh, you can go. I don't need you here anymore. Unless you have any questions or something, I guess."
No.
Krotu walks up and like stares at the thing on their desk and goes, what's she designing?
Kavak is already on his way out.
Maya's
She-
also.
Duality of man.
She
Cass
looks
is just keeping an eye on Craggletooth.
She looks kind of surprised for a moment, and like her expression reads annoyed, and then she says, "Oh, this is just a cannon that I'm working on. Josiah's been asking for plenty of blueprints lately, but this one specifically was called upon. There was something to do with a boat, some issues that happened near Dashia, and they wanted to make sure that there was some means to stop that. But no, this is just a cannon. I figured the other priest of Kaisen might like it. There is some designs here that have to do with water and ice. I can actually just make one on the fly if I manage." And she just starts to like keep talking and talking.
Craggletooth is listening.
Like she just keeps going on. She seems very she's just sharing everything there is to know about like this cannon and how it works, how it manages to function without a fuse, and how it uses water and ice to propel things forward into a giant explosion of little shards. And she
Odds or evens,
seems
guys?
very like hyper fixated on this.
Odds or evens, guys?
Evens.
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 Craggletooth is asking related questions as she goes about this.
And like throughout the thing, like she seems tired, but she starts to get less annoyed, and she just starts to share things with you about like the cannon and how it works and anything else in the room. Like she just starts to share things with how she designed it and how it was made. And like I literally think that everyone else is like sitting outside waiting to go, except for you, Cassian. And there's
yeah,
like a
Cassian's just listening.
solid like 5 minutes of just like nobody leaving that room. And the priest says, "And yes, with that in mind, I would be able to use this on naval vessels. If I can get enough people to practice the creation of it, then there would be no need to weigh ships down with cannons or spend money on gunpowder if we can just make it like this. It would be nice, if not a little destructive, but it's fine. It would be helpful to Dashia and Josiah, so I might as well do it."
That's really cool, actually.
You really think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't completely understand all the math and the numbers and stuff, but like, I can see that you really like it, and I think that's like everything is really cool. So
You said that you all were members of the Chained Legion?
hang on, I have to roll for Craggletooth.
Oh
I'm
no.
having a conversation about this off screen.
No.
Yeah.
That's bizarre. I must say, you have all found a strange new lease on life given your circumstances. I'm surprised at how calm you all are, and interested in these things. I thought you would have hated it, in all honesty.
Kovok does.
Okay. Well, Craggletooth does.
Hey,
Well, I mean, I get
people. We got
to-
people
I've
that are
been
watching.
traveling around more
Yippee!
than I have in most of my life, and so learning things is like, I guess I get curious, and so thank you for telling me all about it.
Of course, I appreciate you for listening.
Craggletooth holds out a hand and goes, I'm Craggletooth.
She kind of stops for a moment, like surprised, and then thinks on it for like a solid couple seconds, and then shakes your hand and says, "I'm Tenjara."
Nice to meet you, Tanzara. I think my friends outside are getting bored.
This is he see Kovok's taking it now.
Well, it was nice meeting you. We won't take up any more of your time.
Oh, it's fine. I appreciate you and all of your help either way. I would get going though. I can't imagine Josiah would like to wait very long.
Aye. All right. Well, thank you again.
Of course.
Craggletooth waves,
Of course.
and she leaves.
Guess what? Gus? Josiah can fucking wait. All right.
and she waves back,
Bitch can wait.
and as you guys leave the room, you can, if you turn around just for a second, she is looking down at the schematic, and like the smile kind of fades, and she just frowns at it as the
Aw.
door closes.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, and then you guys can meet up again. I can't imagine there's much else you want to do in the Grand Cathedral.
I want to get out of Dodge.
I want to go take
Yeah.
a nap.
I want to take a pic.
I want to take a pic. Sorry, I've killed a Maya.
Ah!
Oh,
No,
no.
Just got
You
Thanos
guys.
snapped,
It
dude.
was Josiah. No, that bitch.
Holy fuck.
And I will, as you guys, I'll bring you guys to the Nice Seat map very briefly. I don't know if there's much we're going to be doing here. As you guys step outside in Nice Seat, it is very dark. There are a few guards that see you. They can see that you're pretty banged up too, and they look a little confused. One of them looks at you, Kovok, kind of narrows his eyes. Then he has a slight smile on his face, but doesn't say anything to you.
Is it the one I spoke to when we got here?
Yes. He just kind of like, and then goes back to what he was doing.
Kovok's just gonna just a blank look, not a stare. It's a blank look. He's just gonna turn and walk. And he's actually going to keep an eye out for the people, if there are people on the streets, and wants to see if anything's different.
Yeah, so it's pretty late right now, but there are a couple people out and about, and very strangely, they all seem fine. You can see people sort of walking around to and fro. They don't seem like they're lurching as much as they were before. They don't seem like they're in much pain or they're too tired. They're just kind of going about their business. They seem pretty okay.
We did it, guys. We solved fatigue.
Yippee!
We did it, chat.
You see that there are still a few lingering ones, but you imagine it'll take maybe a couple days for everything to get around. But you definitely see less people that are sick.
Great. Like a significant, considerable margin.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not going around and lay on handsing everyone, and it'll take forever. So
I don't
good
have
thing the
enough spells
irrigation
up for
system
that.
worked. Yeah, I was to say I don't have enough in the pool for that, but yeah, if nothing else,
Hey, Azzy.
Kovok's going to make his way towards
Yummers.
towards the gate where they left the scribbity scribe.
Yep, I will just take you guys out and about. You guys make it through the city pretty quickly. It takes about an hour to get through everything. So it's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning by the time you get back to the caravan. But you do, in fact, get back to the caravan. And as you get there, you see the scribe is not sitting on the front. But roll perception.
All of us?
Yes, all of you.
Oh,
That's a nat one.
I perceive.
I think Kovok's tired.
yeah, he's emotionally exhausted at least.
Everyone
That's a terrible
except
eyesight.
for Kovok. Well, good thing you don't need eyesight here. You need ear sight. Everyone except for Kovok can hear the sounds of conversation happening within the caravan.
Can I sneak up and listen in?
Sure. Roll stealth really quick. And Amaya, since you got over a 20, you can tell it's between the scribe and Josiah.
Oh
Better not get caught.
Mop is still strolling
Um,
towards the thing, towards the caravan. It just keeps on walking.
Well, they do not know you're there, Craggletooth.
They are dumb as fuck.
So wait, what was Mop doing again? You're just going right up to the thing?
Yeah, Mop was still strolling up, just like nothing was wrong.
Does anybody stop Mop from walking in?
No.
I'll
Okay.
I'll have Amaya stop Mop.
All right.
What? I'm really tired of my. Is everything alright?
Just quiet for a minute.
Okay.
And Crackletooth, since you decided to sneak up, I think you can catch bits of their conversation. But it mainly amounts to Josiah asking things along the lines of, "And where are they? They should have been back they should be back by now. What's taking them so long? It was a simple mission. Go talk to the priest of Kyson and come back." And you hear the scribe just sort of lightly meandering a bit and trying to stall, clearly. And you hear Josiah say, "You should have more control on them than this. They're the Chained Legion. They're not... This goes against quite literally everything that I hired you to do." And he's like, "Oh, no, dearest apologies, Your Eminence. This is just merely how they work. I imagine that they are just trying to get things done in the best way possible, just as you asked for." And they're just going to keep that back and forth for a while.
Margot's gonna like motion for the guy she's gonna wait until like it sounds like Josiah's gonna ask again, "Where are they?" And then she's gonna motion for everyone to go in to like time it perfectly so Josiah's like, "Well, if they're not back by whatever," and then the door opens and they're back. Right?
Oh, that's perfect.
For the comedic timing.
Okay. In that case, I will take you all to the caravan base map.
And I will close my door really quick.
Yeah,
Good
all
enough.
good. I will let me sort of get everybody on here.
It's not a fucking kitchen. You got a
It's
kitchen.
kitchen,
bitch.
yeah.
Not a fucking kitchen.
So, Craggletooth. Oh, wait. What happened to is line of sight off?
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you
We're back on.
Why
Why am I craggled you?
gosh.
go.
I don't know why you're Craggletooth. Amaya, Cassian, Kovok,
Oh, I can move all of
and
them.
Mop. Argyle's here as well. If you want to move Argyle.
Argyle.
And then let me go ahead and grab the scribe, who will be right in here, and everybody's favorite priest of Inauguros, Josiah.
Yay.
Yep.
Is he not?
Yay.
Did I not
Oh.
make? I don't think I made a sheet for him yet. That's okay. He doesn't need a sheet. I just need to give him.
Well,
his
he
token.
will, because guess what, motherfucker? Roll it in. No, I'm kidding. But,
Good
Um,
luck.
yeah, we're gonna get rocked if
Are
we
we
try
allowed to
that.
go in?
Well, here's the thing. Before Kovac does go in, out of line of sight from any of the windows, he just kind of motions for Graggletooth to keep hidden.
Parkshot like nods, like, yeah.
And then gives a thumbs up. He's exhausted, all right? And he steps back up. You can hear him before you see him, and he just fucking opens the he opens the door. I can't open the door.
Oh, that's a really good point. I stick Argyle in my pocket. I put Argyle in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'll delete them off. The,
Yeah.
And Kovac decides to be the one in front at the very least this time.
And yeah, you walk in, and just as planned, as you walk in, Josiah like stomps his foot on the ground, not knowing that you're in here yet, and says, "If they do not show up within the next 5 minutes, I will have them escorted back to." And you walk in. Says, "Oh, well, thank goodness you're back. You're only a few hours late. Did you manage to talk to the priest of Kyson as requested?"
Kovac nods.
That's also nods.
Wonderful news. Did she inform you of the issues going on in Nicey? Did you manage to fix them?
Kovac nods.
That's nods again.
Kind of narrows his eyes a bit, and he says, "What? Can't got your tongue? What's the problem?"
Well, almost died. No big deal.
It seems
Whatever, it doesn't really matter that much. It's like,
your imminent.
He's actively being Kovac is actively just being a cunt at this point.
Your imminent. The priest of Kazan needed a little help or something, so we gave her a little hand.
I see. So, you managed to solve the problem. You managed to fix, the irrigation, I suppose. Good. What was causing such a thing?
The lack of a ritual. We just did the ritual, a Bailey Lothran ritual, and it helped the irrigation system.
Roll deception. I know you're telling the truth, but you're leaving out information.
Yeah,
It's a white line.
Yo, mama, which how?
Advantage for white light. Can I assist in this endeavor by just
Oh, thank
vigorously
fuck.
nodding?
I don't think that...
Yeah,
I
they
don't
won't be
think
needed.
that'll assist!
Oh no.
Let me see, do you have a... No, you don't have proficiency in deception, so you can't help here.
No.
Well, he is going to... I don't know why I, for some reason, did not bring his character sheet into Fantasy Grounds. That's okay. I have it open on...
But you can just have him
I
believe
have
it.
it open on my other tab. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I
So you
tell
hate
you.
me. You want me dead?
Looks like
I
such a
guess.
bitch.
You could.
Um,
though.
So he has a +7 to this. 17.
Ooh.
Oh,
He has a +7. Ugh.
He.
agree.
I'm actually gonna put all of his stats in here really quick so I can roll properly.
This is a +7 wisdom. I bet his fucking strength is 5 though. I'll beat his ass.
He when you say that, you can tell he believes you, but he looks irritated.
Not my problem. I'm not paid.
And he says, "Really, it was just a ritual, nothing else?"
It was literally that easy, yes. Well, I say easy, we almost fucking died, but that's fine.
He stares at you for a second, Kovac,
Kovac stares back.
and says, "Now, I don't quite appreciate your tone, I think." I would prefer if you are a bit more, I don't know, civil about these things. If you aren't, I can very easily remind you of why you should be.
Cassie's
He's
gonna
not.
be like,
He's not going to say anything. He's just gonna look at Josiah, very, very, just quiet, and like there's a bit of a just a sharp exhale, but not another word.
"Oh, sorry about that, sir. We've been through some shit. We're tired."
Yes, well, unfortunately for you, it's your job to go through some shit. He, like, does little quotation marks with his hands.
Oh,
And I would prefer... What?
Mom tugs on his coat. Just says,
He like slowly turns around and there's like a vein like popping out of his head as he looks at you. What is it?
I'm making dinner. It's kind of a late dinner, but do you have any allergies, preferences?
He brings a finger and a thumb to the bridge of his nose. And he says, I should have mentioned this before. As you tug at his coat, your hand goes through him.
Oh.
And he says, I can't eat. Did you really think I would come all the way here just to tell you guys you did your job?
Kovok is going to aiming for he's aiming for the chairs over there, but he's going to intentionally angle himself to walk right through Josiah.
When you walk through him, you are going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Go on then.
I saw that 20.
Oh,
I saw that
That was
20
a
for a second.
fucking-
You walk through him, and I think Cassian and Amaya can see his eyes grow wide as he grits his teeth. And Kovok, you feel two chains, one wrap around your wrist and one around your ankle, as these golden chains of light shoot out from his hand as he wraps them around his wrist and pulls them tight around you as you fall to the floor, right about here. And he says, listen to me, boy, and listen to me good. I don't know what position you're in that you think you have any semblance of power here. I am the one that guides these chains, and I am the one that controls you. You are lucky that I have offered you a supplicant of mine, he motions to the scribe, who is, by the way, taking the form of just like a normal human right now. Wearing these like golden, these sort of golden robes, golden, white, and gray. Similar to Josiah, but much less fancy. Trust me, if I was the one guiding this, I would have had made sure that you would not have even joined the Chained Legion. This, my friend, is a mercy. I would ask politely for the last time that you don't let your job get in the way of your manners. Am I clear?
Kovok.
I'm not going to say anything, but he is going to nod.
Good. And the chains unlatch and just kind of shoot back into his arm and disappear into his body.
Cass is immediately running over to Kovok to like help him up.
Kovok's going to get up, pat Cassian on the shoulder once, and go sit down.
He rubs the bridge of his nose again, and he looks over at you, Amaya, and he says, are you just going to stand there quietly? Did you have something to say?
What, do I have to have something to say?
Amaya.
She's dead. She's dead.
He looks like he looks like surprised by this. He looked irritated by Kovok. He just looks surprised. And he says, I beg your pardon, Amaya.
I'm just standing here watching this all go down.
How about a
With all
report?
We went to the cathedral, we talked to the priest of Kaisen, we got everything figured out. There isn't exactly much more to say outside of that.
He sits there in silence for a moment. And he sighs, begins to walk forward towards you, puts his hands behind his back, and he says, Amaya, remember, you were sent here with the purpose of maintaining this group's will and perhaps even rehabilitating them, perhaps fixing your own mistakes. He leans forward and he's like towering over you for a second. I would hate to see that mission of yours go by the wayside, and I would hate to see all the hard work you put in be taken for granted. Wouldn't you?
She's just gonna sigh. Yeah. My apologies.
For now, apologies accepted. Don't let it happen again. He turns around.
It's
No, you say something. He looks over his
It's just-
shoulder.
it's just been a long night, I think.
Yes, well, it's been a long night for all of us, I think. I'd rather not be here talking to you all. I have plenty of things I would like to do back in Dashia.
What a whiny bitch. Just go do it, man. Sorry. I just had to riff on him. I'm not saying anything in character, but
Krakotru's
Oh, is it
forming
good?
opinions right now, just like listening through the window. She's forming a
Then-
lot of opinions about this dude.
Then I would recommend you get some rest to prepare for your next little journey. I have a very important thing I need you to do. I have somebody who has decided to run away again. And I feel like there are a select few places he might be going to leave this one rather open-ended. I need you to find Nelra, if you can. I would rather not
See.
have to re-indoctrinate him into the Chained Legion again. Or reintegrate, I mean.
does he say reindoctrinate?
No, that was my mistake.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he does, Kovok's eyes are going to roll so fucking hard. Like, not that anyone can see it, but oh man.
Has Naura escaped again?
He sighs. Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Well, in that case, where was he last seen? Most recently.
There are a few places I've seen him out and about. There have been some reports that he was near Revigo. He kind of shudders at the name. However, I've also heard plenty of people saying that he's taken stops near Sadal and the Talons. So I would say choose one of those to go to next and try to investigate.
Did anyone mention him being alone? Or does he have anyone else that he's working with? And Amaya's kind of mentally, she's thinking back to when they were at the farms.
Mm-hmm.
And that she saw him behind the tree with another person, which she didn't know. But they had a pair of greaves. And that's how the Maya died in the first battle.
Mm-hmm.
No.
She's seen things and she has to piece her sentences around very carefully, especially with the priests of Dashia and of Anagaros. And I think
Mhm.
anyone in the party who's probably watching,
House is glaring at this motherfucker.
yeah, they can kind of tell that her demeanor has shifted back to when she's first met them all, and she's a lot more cold.
But yeah, to answer your question, he says, Well, there's only been reports of him being alone, but the Phi are Phi. They tend to work together quite secretly.
Kovok tenses.
I
Oh
would
boy.
I would take a look around. Maybe you can find some connections in Sadal or the Talons. I imagine going all the way back to Dashia wouldn't really be part of your pure purview, especially since you're so close to Sadal already. I would simply take a look around, ask around. Maybe you can get some information that way. Or maybe those visions of yours can prove some use for once. We'll see.
That last little sentence made Maya just frown. She's slightly more tensed up, as if she wasn't already, but she just quietly nods.
Good.
I'll see to it done then.
Yes, well, I am going to leave for now. I would rather not be here when I have so much back to do in Dashia, and you all seem so tired that some of you are forgetting your manners.
My pizza
Bite me,
bites.
fucker. Anyway, again, I
Not
don't,
at all,
I don't say
man.
that. Again, I don't say that,
Hmm.
but
What is
a
Mop doing?
motherfucker I want.
Mup is now standing around the edge of the corner with a large platter in their hands. And it's just like I made pizza bites, marinara sauce.
He just narrows his eyes at you. He's like, I'm so happy for you. And then he
thank you.
just disappears into flakes of gold mist.
You see, maybe he's not all that bad underneath. He just complimented me.
If
fucking
to everybody
idiot.
else in the
Slow
room,
turns
it was
mop.
so clearly sarcasm. Hold on, I'm gonna have you talk amongst yourselves for a sec. I'll be right back.
Are you actually serious, Mop?
I mean, yes.
Craggletooth doesn't know.
What was
Craggletooth doesn't
I
know
feel
that
like-
his Sai is gone yet.
I mean,
Cass is gonna. Sorry, go on.
it didn't feel like sarcasm. It was.
It was.
I think I've just got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Mop, I
I'll
love
put
you
it
so
up.
much. He was being sarcastic.
He puts the pizza plate, the platter on the table.
Cass is looking over to Amaya and they're contemplating what to say for a few wee moments, and then they're just gonna take a breath and they're just gonna walk over and just be like, "Hey, you doing alright?"
Well, yes. Why wouldn't I be?
I mean, he was a bit of a. I don't know what's the polite way to put it.
Heinous bitch?
I also want you to know that laugh was in character. Yeah, that's.
Cass.
Yeah?
Josiah is. He's. A bit one of the demanding ones.
Yeah.
Especially out of all of the priests. And you might not notice that. That's what I refer to him. That's what a lot of people tend to call him as. Quite frankly, I'm still pissed that he brought me here. But he's hard because he wants to get the job done. And if he sees that something like this isn't going well, that something's clearly wrong.
I have returned.
Yeah.
Ah.
Meanwhile, while this conversation is happening, I like to imagine Kovok is just helping Craggletooth climb up through the window.
Oh, Craggletooth was absolutely opening the window and climbing through.
Oh,
that
there you
was
go.
that was something
Alright.
that was occurring.
Anyways, continue.
I'm sadly eating my pizza bites.
The scribe
Oh.
walks over and picks one up and eats it.
Craggletooth is walking
Aw.
right past, right through this ominous conversation, giving them a glance, and then going to help herself to pizza bites.
Okay, well, I just wanted to check in. I'm gonna check in with the scribe and Kovok, make sure they're okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Mr. Scribe,
Yeah.
Maya's gonna cross her arms and walk away.
if,
And she's
if
gonna.
I had to guess, how are the pizza bites?
Well, I can tell that they're quite warm, so I believe you cooked them well enough. These are actually quite similar to the mozzarella sticks I would have back in the day.
Mop's tail is wagging. Just very happy.
The texture is quite nice. And everything looks well cooked and well made. I like the seasoning you put in the marinara. It's quite nice.
Yeah, make sure you give the pizza bite a little bit of a dip. The marinara.
All right,
Suppose-
I suppose so.
Sticks her
He
whole
does.
hand in the marinara.
Oh,
Accidentally,
no.
but it's like she's holding a pizza bite in like her three fingers, and she just dips it in, but it
All
goes
the way into her wrist.
all the way in. She takes it out, goes, "It's really good."
Thank you.
Cass is gonna like put their hand on the scribe's shoulder for a moment and just give like a concerned look, just silently asking if he's okay.
He nods and he says, I have been through much worse than that, man. I'll be fine.
He was a real stick in the mud, wasn't he?
Oh, I
Suppose so.
As Cass sits down, they're gonna look over to Kovac and they're just giving like the same sort of look to him, like to make sure that he's also doing okay.
There is not a single, like, he's just staring into nothing. He looks so
Aw.
tired.
Your wrist and ankle are visibly bruised, by the way.
Oh, that's fine.
Kovac.
Kovacs just gonna like give just like the most effortless like little like the most minimal effort like slight shrug that he can manage, and he's just gonna lean like both hands folded on the table, and he's just gonna sort of just lean against it.
You don't have to stay here. You can lay down if you have to.
I don't know.
Maybe just try a pizza bite. It might make you feel a little better.
I was going to say I don't think I really want to be alone right now. And he takes one of the pizza bites, gently dips it in a bit of marinara, and eats it. Yummy!
Yummy!
Walks over the table to go and sit next to Kovac.
Craigle 2 steps on Amaya's pizza bite.
Oh, she
Nah.
wouldn't dare disrupt the pizza bite sanctity. Amaya, take it or leave it.
okay.
But the pizza bite, she wouldn't disrupt pizza bites like that.
Kick rocks! I'm not. No, I'm kidding. But
Wow.
no, I'm
This
joking.
is so funny.
Kovac's gonna just sort of tiredly look over to Cassie and
Cass just gives like a small smile to him.
you asked me if I was okay, and I asked you if I could talk about it later.
Oh, whenever you want.
He kind of just looks at the others, like kind of like trying to gauge to see if they would be horrifically, unhappy with him talking about where his head's at.
She's could not care less, actually. She's more invested in this pizza bite.
Are they good, Amaya?
Hmm?
Is pizza bite, is it good?
Well,
Go on, roll for bitch.
I was waiting for it. It's adequate.
It's alright. She doesn't say anything else, she just continues eating.
My old boss used to really hate whenever I'd make Italian. Oh, shit. Whenever I'd make food like this. Whenever I'd make food like, I'd make food with marinara. Wasn't a big fan of it. Usually was in favor of things like mushy beans and mushy peas and I guess corn fritters without any sweet to it, but that's about it.
I think I prefer the sauce over that. Cass says as I reach over for a pizza bite.
Thank you.
Chad, I'm ordering food now. I can't fucking take it anymore.
I made sure some of them had pepperoni, some of them no. I didn't know if anybody was vegetarian.
Well, thank you,
They're
Mom.
wonderful either way. Quite like them.
Kavok eats another one.
And our brand new kitchen as well. You see that?
Oh, yes, I
didn't
saw what
see
you were
that.
trying to do, and I went out and bought some china and some pots and pans. I managed to get something installed. You know, it's nothing crazy. I just got some metal and put some small glyphs of warding on them, and I also enchanted that cabinet to be very, very cold.
Wow! Thank you so much.
Class.
Yes, I saw what you were doing, and I figured it would be better. I don't really have the money to buy you all food every day, so if you can make it, then, well, that's better than nothing.
It's my favorite thing in this house, other than the cat and my friends.
Meow. The cat has a pizza bite in their mouth, and they're
What
sitting.
the heck?
Aw.
They're sitting in the chair next to you.
Oh, Argyle! I almost forgot about you. And I bring out Argyle so he can have a pizza bite.
Let me bring out Argyle.
Wait, will Argyle and Biscuits get along?
Yeah, Cass is like watching the two of them.
Argyle comes out and starts nibbling on a biscuit, and then sorry, not biscuit, on a pizza bite. And
Starts eating the cat.
Biscuits is just like right here next to them.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
The cat likes Argyle more than Argyle likes the cat.
Oh, okay. There you go. It's not the worst thing to happen.
I was worried this whole time that the cat would go after Argyle, but I guess we have to worry about Argyle going after the cat.
The cat just kind of like tilts its head, and like Biscuit tilts his head and his ear flicks, and his tail is just kind of waving back and forth slowly. And then Argyle wraps their hands around the pizza bite and pulls it closer to them.
He's just more defensive about his food than anything. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I have Amaya reach over and just give Biscuits little scratches?
Biscuit starts purring.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh! Can we show him, Kovok? Can we show him?
What?
Mop is standing, on their chair, just leaned over the table, really excited. Can we show him? Can we show him our fun little discoveries?
Kovok's gonna set his bag down next to him. And he's gonna sort of fumble with the straps a little as it goes, but he eventually sets the trident, the spellbook, and finally the gauntlets down on the table.
When you set them down in order, he looks to the trident and smiles. He looks to the book and doesn't recognize it, looks confused. Looks to the gauntlets and his eyes widen.
And he's just gonna look at the scribe, and he's just gonna then look at the gauntlets in the back of the scribe and say, "Hey, we found it in the irrigation systems."
It's what was causing the blight, I think.
Was
Right?
it?
Yes.
I suppose
There's
that
also-
makes sense. Those that set of armor is quite cursed these days, but it doesn't seem cursed anymore.
Well, we did have to talk to a ghost in order to get it not cursed. So
Oh, I see.
You see?
That
Get
makes
the
sense.
ghost name, man. We need to get the ghost name,
I haven't seen them in quite a long while. It seems whatever you did have put them to rest, though, so I'm happy to see that they have found some semblance of peace.
That's good to hear.
But this is astounding that you found this. This is an artifact of great power.
What does it do?
Well, it's been a long while since I've seen it. I don't know if I know what it does, but it can enhance the wielder's powers of healing magic, as well as their devotion to whatever god they might follow.
There's an initial moment where he kind of looks to the cleric at the mention of healing, but then when it mentions the devotion, he then staunchly looks away from Amaya. And then he points to the trident in the book, and he's like, "Do you know anything about these?"
Well, that book is unfamiliar to me, but the trident, I've never seen it up close before, but I have seen it before. It was used by one of the last people that went to the Forgotten Temples before you did.
Oh. Shit,
Do you know what their name was?
You're gonna pry it out of me. Well, there were a few
Listen,
people.
look, sorry. I know who it is out of character, but Cass is desperate.
There were quite a few people that went to the temples last time in search of something there. I know Freyed was there. I'm assuming you met Freyed.
Yes.
He with knife.
Yeah.
There were a few others I hadn't met. One named Rosaline. I believe. What was it? The puppet was there. She's quite
Oh,
nice.
fuck, dude. Rosaline's dead.
Oh.
Fuck, shit.
The puppet
What
and
the
her friend were
signal?
there. They were quite nice. I believe the one that calls himself Dust was hanging out there too. They were investigating the temple in search of, I believe, relics of Saint Lucinia.
Cass pales when the scribe says Dust's name.
Ow, he's a ghost.
Did-
Got him.
When Cass pales, they get. Oh god, I don't even know how to explain it. They seem less blue and more grey.
Oh, okay, I see.
Do they get more transparent?
That's what I was thinking.
They are transparent.
More
They are
transparent.
True.
Oh,
It's
that makes
the
me sad.
saturation of Cassian just turns down,
Sorry.
becomes grayscale.
Does Cassian know what happened with us?
I don't.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Wow. All right.
I think canonically it's been a year since they last saw Dust, so
Oh, yeah.
you know
Yeah. no.
they would like to know as much as they can about him because they miss him very much.
Oh.
No, Cass just nods a little bit and. Oh god.
No!
Barry,
Get out of here!
Can that just be a running gag throughout? Yeah, sorry, I don't want to hold this up. I'm so sorry. No,
No, you're okay, you're
They're
okay.
just gonna nod and they're gonna seem relieved that they finally, have some confirmation that, Dust is still kicking around at least.
Mhm.
And they're just gonna go quiet and slump back in their chair a wee bit.
But in terms of figuring out what all of these do, and he looks to you, Mop, and he says, I can teach you a spell if you'd like to be able to figure these out in the morning.
I would love that.
Wonderful. And so after you guys long rest, Mop, you go to the spells and find the spell Identify. You'll be able to use that one.
Identify. Where is it?
It's a first level spell.
Okay, so I had.
So, Craggletooth pauses as she's listening to this conversation, and then as soon as there's a lull, she kind of raises her hand for a question.
Yes.
Yeah. So, stupid question, right? Who was that guy?
Josiah?
If it, yes, the guy who was this year, Josiah. All right. Yes.
Yes. That is one of the priests of Inauguros.
Okay.
A member. Roll a history check. See if Craggletooth would know anything about the title of priest of Inauguros.
Wall.
My intelligence +0. Let's go.
While Kraggle's doing that, I think Kovak's just gonna like slide the spell book across the table to Mop, and then slide the trident Cassian's way. And he's gonna hold onto the gauntlets. He's fuck you, Amaya. You're not wearing it.
Cass is gonna take the. You slid the trident over to Cass, right? I got distracted by looking inside Shadow what
Yeah.
Shasta said.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. No, go.
No. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, fuck, okay. No, Cass is just gonna, like, take the trident and they're just examining it. They're just very quiet.
I got a 13 for history. What does that do?
1 moment.
Yeah.
What does 9 prepared mean?
Talking to Shasta.
I'll skip the shit out of me.
With a
did we do?
13, I think you've heard of them, but your understanding of them is probably very limited. You know for sure that those are people of power. I think you've just heard of a Nagaros just out and about, like the god of power and justice and all this other stuff. And the priests of Nagaros are quite literally the most powerful people in all of Dacia.
Oh yeah, not fun. Her eyes kind of want to go. Oh, okay. He's just here, then, I guess, sometimes.
This is the first time he's ever done that. I thought he was genuinely here, but you saw what happened, I think.
Yeah,
I was
but
listening.
I guess. I guess. What do we do the next time? What happens if he comes in while Craggletooth is here? It decides to,
Well,
And we just say that we've, don't know, picked up another person. We lie. That's what we do.
I'm very good at lying.
I actually think that's quite a good idea, Kovak. I would have just said that they were a member of our troop, basically.
Besides, they don't even actually know that it was Craggletooth that was at the Forgotten Temples. All they know is that there was a goblin. That's very descriptive, isn't it?
There's lots of goblins.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But to be fair though, would he not say it is too much of a coincidence, or
Well,
would
that's
it be
what
too
I
much
just
of a
look-
coincidence if?
Captain, that's when I look him in his eyes and I lie to his face because I'm really good at lying.
It'll be okay. I know you're worried, but I don't think we have anything to be worried about. Unless someone decides that their allegiances lie more at home, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
That was directed towards Amaya, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You think she'd be able to catch on to that?
Probably. I don't know. You're a Maya, you tell me.
Hold on.
Oh wow, we're out of
I'm rolling, bitch. Why are my rolls so bad?
Oh wow, we're out of pizza bites. Argyle, let's go make some more.
He grabs his and then he walks over to the one that Biscuit's eating and grabs it as well, and starts to go away. Biscuit
Kovak
just
is
looks
half-eaten.
stunned.
Kovak gives his half-eaten pizza bite to Biscuits.
Biscuit
Amaya,
eats it.
Kovak says that, and Amaya kind of like, it takes Amaya a moment because she's like swallowing the last of her pizza bite, and she kind of looks to them, and it's kind of a bit of a glare, and she just crosses her arms and is like, well, I for one think that this is, for once, I'll agree with Cassian. Josiah is a lot smarter than a lot of you think of him to be. It won't work. He'll catch on quickly. And when that does, you guys are going to be in more shit than you're already in.
So if he appears, I do this, and she misty steps over here. and then like peeks out through the doorway.
And then Kovok's just gonna look at Amaya with a very tired, yet matching the kind of glare look, and it's just like, okay. What's he going to do? Kill me?
Yes,
Okay.
you very much could.
You can tell that Kovok, like, he does that thing where you take a breath to, like you breathe it to say something, you open your mouth, and then he just closes it. Just,
She's
Cassian, you looking at the scribe is actively watching these two very intently.
Cassie's like
he's
looking to...
he's just gonna chew his lip. He's just gonna chew his lip.
Oh, do I want to make this worse? Oh, do I want to make this
Hold a
worse?
bitch.
Do what Amaya would do. Do what Amaya would do.
Okay. She just kind of, she looks at Cassian. She has an eyebrow raised, and her arms are just still sort of crossed. And she's kind of like, she sees that that he's like opened his mouth to say something, and she's gonna kind of like look at them with like that expression of like, oh no, go on, please, I'm listening. She's not listening. Yeah.
Cass is looking to the scribe, that like mostly to see what his reaction was, and when they saw that they were just like watching intently, in Cass's head they're just ready to like intervene if this just gets out of hand. So for now they're just watching between both of them.
Cassian, you can tell that's exactly what the scribe is doing too. He's watching them, but you can tell that like his arms are positioned on the arms of the chair in a way that he could easily get up if need be.
Oh, fantastic. Dad'll sort this
Crackle-
out.
Crackletooth is eating the pizza bites in front of her and, enjoying, and will contribute when she sees something necessary to contribute to this
Craggletooth,
conversation.
roll perception for me.
Okay. Find it.
Okay.
That does not beat it.
We're starting
Oh.
we're running low on cheese, so
Mhm.
I
Every
just
single
picked up more.
time you bring a pizza, like a pizza bite to your mouth, you bite down and there's nothing there.
Biscuits.
Crackletooth, like, looks devastated and
It
just settles
happens-
back.
It happens like
What?
twice before you look down and you see Argyle is standing on this side of the table with like 3 pizza bites in their hands.
Argyle, that's not polite.
Crackletooth is going to chase after her pizza bites. Those are her pizza bites.
You start chasing Argyle around.
Yes. Mom, get your mouth.
Argyle, you put those down this instant, right?
Argyle narrows
And-
his tiny little eyes.
Pretty please.
And sensing that the conversation is well moved past when he was like, he was looking around and he was like, yeah, hey, are you guys okay if I talk about things? And the conversation is just like moved past it. He's kind of just gonna excuse himself.
Mhm.
Just gonna say, thank you, Mom, and is pointedly going to head outside and close the door while he just has a seat out here. And are we currently level 5 at the minute?
Yeah, you're level 5.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have Kovok just sort of like, he's just gonna be sort of just moving his hand a little bit, not very not in any deliberate particular way per se. And he doesn't really notice that the amulet on his thing is glowing, but I'm gonna start the 10-minute casting time for Fine Steed.
Yeah.
Lovely. While you are doing that, Argyle will drop the pizza bites and give them back to you, and then we'll just sit up here.
Crackletooth is shoving all 3 pizza bites in her mouth at once so that Argyle can't get them.
Cass's,
She begrudgingly goes back and sits down on the couch, folding her arms, glaring at Argyle, and pulling, like, grabbing the plate of pizza bites and pulling them so close so that she has to like it's in her arms. The only way for Argyle to get them is to like hop up onto her, you know.
It's okay, Argyle. I'll make you some other ones later on. Okay?
Well,
Don't reward him. He stole my pizza bite.
Oh,
He,
What do
he
I
gave
do?
them back, to be fair.
what do I do?
I don't actually know.
I don't want to punish him. That seems a little harsh.
Well, look, you told him off. You told him off. He gave them back. It's grand. I reckon it's grand.
Okay. Once again, Craig, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
And Mop will slide another pizza bite to Amaya.
Maya, she still has her arms kind of crossed. She looks a little bit bitter. She's gonna look down at the pizza bite, and then she's gonna look up at Mop and Argyle. And she's just gonna slowly take it, and then just nod her head once as like a silent way of saying thanks.
And I'm gonna slap open that book, just start looking at things.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you do that. We'll get back to that.
Thank you, Mop, for the pizza bites. They were lovely. I'm gonna go check on Kovac.
Okay.
And yeah, Cassian, you walk outside to see Kovac. Well, how is Kovac casting the spell?
that's the thing, you know. I've had it be just he doesn't really know what's going on, and that's the worst part. Because it's all this power, and it seems like he has no control over it. But something seems to guide it, and what he's doing, he's sort of like he was sort of just moving his hand in the wind a little bit, just to sort of, you know. I imagine it was the bruised wrist that he's sort of just like making sure has all of its mobility and everything and isn't too painful. But as he does that, he accidentally realizes that he's like sort of mimicking the hand motions that he'd seen someone else make that was also a part of the guild. Not someone he knew very well, but it was a bit of like a... He sort of draws connections between them. I think he thinks that they were a paladin, right? Or something of that sort. And they did a similar sort of a hand movement as a party trick to summon a horse. And he's not gonna genuinely think that he's able to do that, but he's still gonna like, you know, pay a little bit of a homage to a friend that he hasn't seen in a while, who's, let's be honest, probably dead. Just by mimicking that sort of a hand motion, unbeknownst to him, the amulet underneath, like the splint and the cape is glowing a little faintly. And I imagine if it was to materialize, it would probably materialize over that way because he's sort of looking out that way.
Yeah. And I think, Cassian, you walk out, and as you like turn and close the door behind you, you like go to cover your eyes as you see, God fucking damn it, as you see this bright light show up. As silver light begins to shoot through the trees and coalesce into something right in front of Kovac.
Oh my god,
Yo!
it's a guy!
It's a guy!
It's a guy!
It's the guy.
It's a guy! It's a
And
guy! It's Waylon! It's Waylon!
It sort of curled up as if it was sleeping, and as it sort of materializes, it lifts itself upwards, and because it's a dire wolf, although you are sitting on an elevated surface, it makes direct eye-level contact with you.
Kovac is going to actively stand up and like he looks like he's ready to fight, but he doesn't draw anything because that just appeared. Direwolves don't do that. So instead he's gonna sort of just, he's completely oblivious to the fact that Cassian's there. He's gonna sort of like reach over and sort of reach a hand out to the wolf, but he's not gonna touch it just yet. But it's like a sort of a permission pat that you give a horse.
And as you sort of reach your hand out, it sort of sniffs it for a moment, and it pushes itself into it.
What the fuck?
Cass is just looking like they're having a great time right now. They jokes aside and stuff, they fucking love wolves so much. So they're gonna like come up like around somewhat behind Kovac and look over, and they're just gonna be like, "That is fucking cool."
Hold on, I'm just gonna output it to chat so I can refer back to it. But he's just gonna he's gonna sort of just like, you know, rub his hand around the back of the head and sort of just like give it a scratch, and he's gonna say, "Are you? Did I? What are you? Can you even speak?"
I don't think they can.
Hello.
They
It's
just.
me. Oh,
Hello, it's me. It
Yeah,
just.
I am your guardian wolf.
It may not be able to speak back verbally, but can it like acknowledge it? Like acknowledge the things that are.
It definitely. I don't think it says anything back, but it kind of when you ask what it is, it just kind of sits on the ground, and sort of politely and looks at you. It just kind of stares at you. You think it can understand you. I know that. Like you can definitely. It can definitely understand you. It just can't talk.
Kovac sort of thinks to himself, "It'd be really funny if I asked this wolf if it could jump," which I'm hoping might be, you know, the telepathic communication, but he doesn't know that he's doing that if he is. He's actually kind of thrilled. He didn't realize he could do that, but it gives him a little more of an idea of what he is, so to speak. Because again, the whole paladin thing was very unbeknownst to him, but now he feels like he's got maybe some kind of something at least to ask about now. Whenever he gets the chance, but he's finally going to notice Cassian. Not going to full inch per se, but he's going to sort of look to the wolf, and he's going to look to Cassian, and he's going to say, "You're a wolf, aren't you?"
It's technically, well, werewolf, but you know.
What's a good name for a wolf?
Cass is gonna like look from Kovac and then look to the dire wolf, and they do look thrilled. They badly want to reach over, like to do the same thing that Kovac did, you know, like let the wolf like sniff their hand, but they're just gonna like stand there for a wee minute as they're thinking. Probably pull something from where my parents were from, well, where I was from. I didn't grow up there, but I'm trying to think, what was the pronunciation for it? This isn't character, by the way.
I trust you. I'm not good with names.
I think you know me at this point to enjoy the puns. I think we could call him Fuelin. It's from my homeland. It means little wolf.
He snickers audibly, and he's like, "I like that. I like that one."
Foylan looks.
Okay.
Foylan's ears kind of dip a little bit, slightly annoyed, but.
But he's like, "Okay, well then, in that case, Foylan. I think that's a nice enough sounding name. I think he's gonna nod and just sort of give the wolf a few scratches." But again, behind the ears, you know, that nice little spot that always gets them. That always gets them. And in the meantime, he's still gonna talk to Cassian, even though his eyes are still studying the wolf, trying to make sense of it. But it's gonna be a sort of like a sorry about all of that.
No, don't be. Are you doing okay?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Cass is just gonna nod and go quiet.
Being in that, I don't even want to call it an irrigation system. It was like a crypt, if you ask me. There was that sort of a moment of, you know, when she was beginning to sort of lose her mind. and it felt like something terrible was going to happen. And this was while we were running to try to do the ritual. I'm going to be honest with you, Cassian. I was absolutely fucking horrified. She'd used that thing to make us all cry, and I haven't done that for a while, but it reminded me of a very bad time. And everything else about it, it reminded me of a very bad time. It was dark, it was cold, it was on the ground, it was dangerous. And I had 4 people that I cared about, all in the line of fire. And I thought that was going to happen again. And he kind of just gives Waylon a bit of a rub on the head. And he sort of points sideways. I never told you about what happened to my friends, did I?
No, you didn't.
They died in a similar place to that. All of them. All 5 of them. In rapid succession. One after the other after the other. It was a trap. And we walked right into it. You remember the mansion. Your mansion, I think it was.
Their jaw just stiffens a little bit and they nod.
You remember that little piece of shit that I strangled and beat to death?
Was he
He was one of the
involved?
people. One of the people responsible for it. In fact, he was actually the most difficult one. I didn't know what he looked like. I only had his name, but the others, names, faces. It was the last thing that... He kind of pauses. It was the last thing that the one man that I've ever really gotten to know told me. He looked at 4 harbingers of his impending death. And in his final moments, he didn't cower, he didn't scream, cry. He just sent me that little message. Telepathically. He always did that. And he told me about those 4. And ever since then, Cassian, it's the only thing that I've had going forward. The farmhouse that we were at used to be my old home. It clearly isn't anymore. The people that were there, the people that raised me, the people that helped me, they're gone. And I don't know where they are. All of my friends are dead. And I only have one thing. I only had one thing that I wanted to do. And that was kill all 4 of them. And that was obviously before we had everything that happened at those temples, when I stumbled upon everything and was caught up in this whole mess, and now all of a sudden I've gotten attached to 4 more people that I'm horrified that I could lose one day. Again. And that entire encounter was just a terrible, terrible reminder of it all. So I'm sorry if I'm a little bit vacant. But it took a lot out of me. Not just physically, but emotionally. Physically, you know, those chains of whatever his fucking name is, they hurt like a bitch. And as tempting as it was to just keep on tether and just keep pushing and pushing my luck, I'm not. I feel like I'm not that reckless anymore. I can't be. Not because of. And don't feel bad about it, but it is your fault. It's also Amaya's fault. It's also Mop's fault. It's also Braggletooth's fault. It's also the scribe's fault. That you were all, your own ways, very nice to me. You've all worked with me in the way that you have. We've all come together for this reason. And I can't keep distant. I wanted to be distant. I didn't want to get to know any of you. I wanted it to be a job that I did out of obligation so that I can get back on my spree and kill those other 3 assholes, but it seems like someone had some other plans in mind for me. And he kind of looks down and finally notices that the amulet is glowing a little bit. That's my monologue done, by the way.
What the fuck, Sam?
You're welcome.
Motherfucker. So, don't you fucking tee at me, motherfucker. Yeah. Kaz had been just quiet, nodding along the whole time. They had been looking to Kovac for some of it, and then they've been looking away for other parts. I think they're gonna be quiet for just a little minute as they're like just processing what Kovac told them, like what Kovac trusted them with. And they've like brought an arm up. They're like sort of folding their arms, but so their hands are like squeezing their forearms a little bit. I'm sorry to hear that.
You didn't cause it. I don't know why you're sorry.
I have a decent idea of how that sort of shit leaves you. It's not good. It's something that I don't think anyone should have to go through. The circumstances and the stuff that's happened, they're different, but I think what I'm saying is don't apologize for feeling like you've lost everything.
It's just difficult. It's hard to let my walls down again. Not that they were so rudely punched down.
Yeah, They're gonna like just swallow for a moment. They're not looking at Kovac anymore. Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's kind of are there any maybe like are there any sticks down here, would you say, Dust? Any
Surely,
sticks?
yeah.
He's gonna sort of, sit on the edge of the elevated surface, kind of lean down very awkwardly and try to grab a stick. And genuinely looking at Flaylin, he's going to then just angle it this way.
Roll
And he's
animal
just gonna
handling.
Roll it.
Roll animal handling.
There it is.
Wow, both of you got an 8. You throw it, and he looks over to you. Like, he looks as you throw it and follows it as it lands in the bushes and tilts his head.
Fair enough.
Cass is
Fair
like
enough.
watching this like stick go flying. They're gonna just like shift just a tiny wee bit. Like in terms of like they're just like moving their weight to one foot and then they're just gonna like look away.
And I think after a second he's gonna
Pat
walk
Flaylin
over,
say, good dog.
lean over, pick up the stick, come back, and just drop it at your feet. but it's not playing. It was just like he's just like, oh, you need this.
You drop this.
And then he gives them an earnest little an earnest scritch and says, "Very good dog, very very good." Is that condescending, Cassie? Is that rude?
I mean, you're not saying it to me.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I don't think he can
dog.
speak, but I've met talking dogs
Seems-
before.
He seems intelligent enough. Cass is gonna like just hold their hand out, like their palms like open out.
He sniffs it for a second,
Braylon.
then he looks really confused. And then he sniffs it again. And he just looks at you for a moment and tilts his head. And then just looks back at Kovac.
And then he
can't
kind
tell.
of just nods at Cassian's hand and is like, "Go on."
I can't
So-
tell if it's because I'm dead or.
So technically, these things can communicate with each other telepathically. However, I don't think he can speak. I think you get concepts from him. You just inherently understand
concepts.
what he means. You
Yeah.
think Kovac, he kind of
No,
looks at you.
so-
You can tell he is extremely confused because he's looking at someone that looks like a person, and he is smelling not a person, he is smelling a wolf and also death. And is very confused.
Don't worry, he's a friend.
His eyes dart between you and Cassian for a moment. Like he's just like giving Cassian a bit of side eye.
Cass is
And
just
it-
gonna like pull their hand back.
Maybe he's just a little bit shy. That's okay. In time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while you guys are finishing up out there, we'll pop back inside for a moment. Mop. The scribe is kind of walking you through the process of what's it called? Of the identify spell, and you currently have 3 magical items in front of you. What would you like to identify?
I would like to identify the gauntlets.
Okay. I will read this out to you and I will put it in the side chat afterwards. You immediately, upon doing this, the identify spell, you understand what these things do, but you get this message like blasted into your head, like right off the bat. And the message is: the deceased, the broken, and the damaged, all left to live their final days with nothing so much of a glance from a passerby. Despite the failed attempts to cure the fiends from this world, their blights that they are, you can still cure them. Find them and fix them, little one. Mend their broken bodies and minds so that they may walk in her light once again. These is a beautifully decorated gauntlets made of polished quartz and silver, depicting a woman flying towards the palm of the gauntlet, its hand extended shining a bright light. You gain the following benefits while wearing this: a +2 to your wisdom score, up to 24.
Fuck.
When healing someone, you and up to 2 other creatures gain the maximum amount of healing. This does not apply to potions. You can use this feature an amount of times equal to your proficiency bonus per long rest. You gain access to the spell Cure Wounds, which you can cast at will at first level, as if it were a cantrip.
Oh wow!
And I'll-
I think it's they're healing gauntlets and they heal people. And I think they give you a little bit of frizzle to your brain.
That would make sense. It does raise the maximum, by the way, to 24 for your wisdom.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it is actual silver.
Fuck! I got a roll.
There you go. You can't touch
Did
them.
you
Uh-oh.
touch them? Did
Great.
you already touch them?
Yeah. Well, Cass got grabbed by them.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, that's true. Probably a little
Got
burnt.
like a like it's like a bluish purple like bruising like all around their arm from where they were grabbed.
You think we should use these, Mr. Scribe?
I definitely think so. I think, as someone who does prescribe to the idea of fate and whatnot, if this managed to fall into your party's lap, then this would be rather useful in the times to come.
I think Maya should have them, or use them anyway.
Amaya seems to be a bit distant at the moment, so I'm sure when
Ah!
they tune back into reality, we can absolutely give them that.
I miss Maya. I miss Maya every day.
Amaya, for real.
But for the
miss
sake
the
of this,
cleric,
I'm letting you use Identify here freely to look at these objects. In the future, you'll have to use the spell slot, but given the fact that you're not going to need one for a while, I'm just letting you do this.
I'm
Craggle
looking
Tooth is
at.
Oh, it's
trying
dark.
to figure out, like, wrap her mind around how you can, quote unquote, learn the spell, while Mop is identifying these things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't worry.
But what do you want to do
That's
next?
weird. I want to identify the spell book.
All right. This is known as... Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, Amaya's back.
Amaya!
Hi. Yeah, I'm here.
I was holding up. I was pouring in bloods, and I said, I think Amaya should probably use these. I don't think Cassie would quite.
The gauntlets.
The gauntlets.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
To
okay.
fill you in
I'll
while you're
turn
gone, these things, I'll give you this. If you do end up using these, I'll give you the specifics in a bit. But the basic stuff is you get to raise your wisdom score by 2 up to 24. It raises the maximum. When healing someone, you can, you and up to 2 other creatures gain the maximum amount of healing, which can be used as many times as you get your proficiency bonus. And you get the spell Cure Wounds, which you can cast at will. So it's like a cantrip. You can cast it at first level.
I don't need it as a spell slot.
No, you would just
Whoa,
be able to have
okay.
that forever. It's only first level, but you would just have that.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge, actually.
I think
Um,
quite well with my eyes out for the best. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of what I'm focused on.
sorry, what'd you say?
It matches your outfit the best.
Oh. Alright. Amaya is like, okay, she's like 50-50 right now. For one thing, huge. Absolutely insane. And she remembers to what the scribe said, that it helps boost the devotion of her god. And she's thinking of Anagros, and she's thinking of what Josiah just recently said. However, these are the gauntlets of Saint Lucinia.
Mhm.
She doesn't like Saint Lucinia. Like,
Fuck, I'll
one
take 'em.
bit.
You don't want it, I'll take it.
she's teetering right now. It's huge. She's just gonna quietly slide them closer to her and just hang on to them.
All right.
I mean, we could.
Sorry, Kobok.
No, that's so good. It's actually so fucking good for a cleric, dude. You have no idea.
It is. Amaya's just a stubborn bitch, is all.
Okay, you use case wise, absolutely great. Roleplay wise, man, fucking Agaros.
Oh, I think.
What?
I think
Oh, it's gonna be good though. It'll be good.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think I'd probably use Amaya's help with dishes this evening, if that's quite alright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
What did you-
I'll finish up the identify though. The spell book.
Yeah. The spellbook. This is known as the Archon's Analog.
Yeah.
No.
While you are
Let the
holding this
alliteration-
leather-bound book, you can use it as a spell-casting focus for your wizard spells, and you gain a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and the save DC for your wizard spells. You can use the
that's
spells
going
book.
in my inventory, baby.
Mhm. In addition, when you use the arcane recovering feature on a short rest, you can increase the number of spell slots you regain by 1. Additionally, the befuddlement of those who fall victim to your magic empowers you. When you cast an enchantment spell, gain a bonus to your AC equal to the level of the spell for the next minute. This effect does not stack, and it is overridden if an enchantment spell of higher level is cast.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a fucking no-brainer.
I think I should give it to Craggle too.
Craggle,
Don't give it to Craggletooth.
+1 bonus to spell attack rolls.
And I can fix that. If you do want those, I can just put that in there.
Okay.
Mop has a spell book. Mop can now do Realitas.
Also-
Beautiful.
I might hang on to it. I'm not sure.
I think you're gonna be the best person in this caravan.
Wow.
Cause I don't use books. Can't read. So
Oh. You can't read?
never needed to.
Would you like to?
Sir?
I could try teaching you eventually, but probably not this very easy. It is nearly 2 in the morning.
Maybe when I can actually like see out the window and it's not dark.
Oh yes.
See colors out the window.
All right. Well, and I will cast Identify on that trident.
And you will learn about the dinner fork.
Yeah.
This one is a bit
Excited
simpler.
for this one.
This magic weapon gains a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it, and it returns to the wielder's hand immediately after it is used to make a ranged attack. Additionally, once per long rest, you may cast the Call Lightning spell. So basically, you if you could throw the trident and it returns to you, and if you cast Call Lightning, the trident will have lightning strike them.
Huge.
That's fucking cool. Let's go.
Yippee!
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that's neat. Not entirely sure who to give this one to.
Probably like Cathian or Kovak. I think one of them could use it better than any of us here. The spellcasters. Sitting around a table.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably see if. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll ask them whenever they come back in.
Alrighty.
But
And then we're petting doggo. Petting big doggo.
I'm gonna hop to the dishes if you wanna give me a hand of mine.
Maya's dead.
Oh,
Sorry.
Wow.
Amaya will kind of just quietly nod. Oh, okay, never mind. Minecraft's loading.
Boop.
literally just interrupted my screen. I'm gonna be here for 2 minutes.
for fuck's sake!
You're okay. You're okay. I dragged Amaya over.
Thank you. She'll nod and quietly help Mop.
Right. So, I can use it. You just dry them off and I'll wash them, okay?
All right. It's
And
up to
while we're
you,
doing
whichever
that,
works best for you.
Mop will just be talking to Amaya. So, I know, you kind of received a little bit of flack for what happened down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want you to know I don't think it's your fault.
I
You
don't
s-
think
you
it's.
stick up for what you believe in, and that's quite admirable,
Please don't feel her delusions.
You follow a Nagaroth your whole life?
Yes. At least for the most part of it.
What'd you do before
Honest-
then?
Honestly, I don't remember. I've always really been an acolyte of Anagaros. Always really had either just. I was. Oh, there's a queue.
There's a queue already.
There's a queue already. It's 2 right now. So he needed to get on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mother, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
You're
I've constantly always seen myself as a priest of Anagros, as somebody who has always worked for Anagros. There really hasn't been much opportunity. There hasn't been much opportunity for me to do otherwise.
You were born into the church?
Oh, I believe so.
It's pretty neat.
To reiterate, I'm not a Nepo baby, Mom.
I never implied such a thing. My apologies, but it seemed like I did.
It did.
Oh.
No, I've worked my way up here just like everyone else has. Just like Josiah has, just like, all the other priests, all the other red cloaks and black cloaks. I've earned my place. I'm not about to let anything stench that. I suppose it's force of habit.
I understand. You have the air about you that, you're very much a worked hard where you're at. And that's very admirable.
Oh.
It's not your fault that you speak the way that you do to our party members, and it's not your fault that they talk to you that way.
And Amaya, she's gonna frown for a minute. Well, at least somebody understands.
Of course. Somebody always has to understand, And, I mean, if you would allow it, I think I'd like to keep on being your friend.
I don't see any issues in that. What about you then, Mop?
What do you mean?
Where did you come from before all of this happened?
Well, let's see. I was born to my mom and my dad, kind of near Sudal. And for a long time, we just kind of tended the farm out there. Until some things happened that put us into debt. And I decided to head to work. A kind fellow offered me a job down in Dacia and took it. And unfortunately, something happened and my employment was at risk. And I ran away. And I ran away with some other people for a while. And one of my friends turned me in. But I mean, I can't really blame him either, because he was just looking out. He was looking out for himself as well, and I would probably do the same. If I weren't well, I would look out for him too. Anyway, I would have wanted him to do that.
Can I be blunt with you, Mop?
I also kind of tried turning. I kind of tried turning Josiah into a goose once, just to defend my friends. But go ahead.
You sounds like, at least from what I've gathered, you got stabbed in the back. So, perhaps then, to be blunt, but a bit of advice.
Okay.
Make sure that next time it happens, make sure next time you feel like you're getting stabbed in the back. You at least have the capacity to stand up afterwards and fight back.
I think I understand what you're saying. I understand your meaning. I guess I'll think about it the next time that happens. But I don't think that's happening for a long time, though. You know?
And I guess I hope for your sake it doesn't either.
Mop will finish up the last of the dishes and smile at Maya.
Mm-hmm.
Could I give you a hug? Or a friendly handshake if need be.
I suppose if you want a hug.
You don't
You-
seem incredibly enthusiastic, so I would put off one that often.
I'm not a physically affectionate person.
Okay.
Simply not used to that sort of thing.
It's quite alright. Mop will just hold out a hand to shake instead.
Amaya will shake Mom's hand.
I'm glad to have you around, Miss Amaya.
She doesn't say anything, she just nods in return.
And Mop will dry off their hands. And head back to their room.
And I think
Did Mop shake Amaya's hand with like wet hands?
Oh, probably.
Alright.
Fantastic.
Amaya's gonna flick whatever, like, I guess water is on her hand from Mop, and I think I'm gonna have her go outside. Where's the back balcony?
oh,
it's here.
there's a door. That's
There's a
actually
door.
where Amaya was the entire time when you were gone, by the way.
Yeah, I want to put her back here.
I love that. But I think as you sort of sit back there, do you like fall asleep back there?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to roll 2d6 for me. You have a +1 to this roll. You want to get higher than a 6.
I want to get okay. Two separate or like?
So roll 2d6. So like grab one, right click. You have a +1. You want to get higher than a 6 in total.
Okay.
So not a 5, Dust?
It's higher than a 6. That's 8.
Wait.
You begin to go to sleep. And as you go to sleep, you find yourself drifting off, and when you open your eyes, you are not on the balcony. You are in what appears to be some kind of cavern with wooden boards lining the walls and the floor. It's very rickety looking. It's very damp in here. And you seem to be in the middle of something as you have your hands out, like actively casting a spell that you can't see. And you look around for a moment. And you see, what's it called? You see some wood and stone on the ceiling of the cave coming loose, and as you look to the right, you see Kovak standing right there, right underneath that stone and wood, and you know in that moment that if nothing happens within the next couple seconds, Kovak will be crushed and killed. And then you wake up.
Oh.
And that is where we'll end the session for today.
What the
Well.
fuck? No! What the fuck?
Well.
Well,
Whoa.
Bro,
Well.
Whoa.
Well. Hey, chat.
Hey, chat. What's up, chat? But yeah,
Sam, I just DM'd you.
you just had a bit of a vision, that's all.
hee hee.
Just that's all.
That's all. Just a bit of a
That's all
vision.
Man says.
Oh, I
I'm
see
going-
things.
I am going to look for somebody to raid really quick, and then we're gonna finish up.
Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
Bit of a shorter session today. We all got to get to something, it seems.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Oh
I don't know
fuck!
that
Okay.
I got in. I'll say I got in.
Yippee!
Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
That was fun. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I had a
no,
lot
that
of
was
fun.
great.
Thank you.
That was
Insane.
a cool roleplay heavy session. I'm a fan.
hmm
I like it a lot.
I'll have Cassian talk about their backstory at some point.
Same.
We should.
Someday I'll get to tap into Amaya's backstory.
So excited for that, actually.
Especially since Amaya doesn't actually know part of her backstory.
Oh,
Neo, 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 neo. No, but yeah, no, that was great. I want you to know, by the way, I didn't write any of that monologue.
Fuck, man, that was
I
so
labeled
good.
it,
Oh,
and I was
fuck
very,
you,
very
Sam.
worried. I was worried that I would fuck it up, and I'm very glad that I pulled through. So I'm feeling a bit
along.
proud of myself.
Samalog.
Samolog. That's what
I
they
need
call
to
me.
write a basic guideline of Cass's backstory and just bullshit off of it. Well, not bullshit, but like
Oh,
round it up
shit,
into
yeah.
something short.
Hey, you can
Mhm.
also dust. I gave him a
Alright.
whole Google Doc.
Yep,
I need
it was
to get
amazing.
working on my Google Doc.
So, I found one that we can raid. I don't know if they're on it today, but one of my friends is on this stream. I think
Oh,
it,
nice.
it looks like right now they're playing Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh my god. Let's go.
So we'll be able to we'll send some people over there while we all get set up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for playing and supporting me in this way. I love this campaign so very much, and I'm excited for next session where you guys will decide where you're going to go next.
Yeah,
my
wait,
parents.
Weren't
Wait,
we
wait.
supposed to do this session?
We were supposed to do that this session, but then we got too into the roleplay.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I don't mind that at all. I will probably in the meantime like write up a little thing for you guys to choose on the Discord, so we don't have to do it during the session because that'll take like 30 minutes to an hour.
Literally.
I can just put a little poll up and then you guys can decide based off of your options.
Sounds good.
But yeah, thank you guys very much. I'm gonna rating now.
Woo!
Yippee, yippee, yippee.
5.
Thank you, Dust. Thank you. Bye, chat.
5.
Bye, chat.
5.
Bye.
5.
Bye.
Bye.
5. 5.
Bye.
5. 5. 5. 5.
No.
5.
5.
5. 5.
5.
5. 5.
5, 5,
5. 5. 5.
5.
5. 5.
That's so funny.
5.
5.
Is the
All right.
segmented?
I'm gonna